How's it going, my dudes? Welcome back to another video. So I've heard a lot of people complaining about the godly version being too difficult and being too restrictive on the units that you can bring in, and I am partly to blame because I have been showcasing the strongest teams, the strongest units, Beretta, Rolf, anything of high quality I put in my videos. So I'm sorry about it, but do take note that this is entirely not true. You can use absolutely free to play units like whatever that you're seeing on the screen right here, and you will still perform really well. So I'm going to show you a little bit about what a very powerful double penetration team is going to look like. This is a double penetration team. So on one hand, we have Connor, who gives us 8 seconds of penetration, and on the other hand, we have Adil, who provides us with 10 seconds of penetration. And if you notice, we are using the prismatic dual blades in the center. This is exactly what it does. It gives us extra 40% skill gauge at the beginning of the battle. And the reason why I'm using a prismatic dual blades is because I want to stagger my penetration as much as possible, because so long as I lengthen the duration of my penetration, my power flips are going to do a lot more damage. So I'm going to show you how exactly this works and why this is so powerful. And of course, I am using Cecilia. She is a free-to-play version of the Gerard. So if you have a Gerard, Gerard is going to be better. But I'm using Cecilia just because I want to showcase how you can actually use really cheap units and make the team work really well as well. So here are her abilities: 12% to dunk resistance. She also has immunity to dunk resistance debuff, and she has an extra 8% to dunk resistance. And as a main, she takes damage in place of the leader, and you add 50% extra dunk resistance to this unit. So she is going to be a pretty decent tank. At least she's going to tank for Kira and make sure that my team isn't suffering too much damage. Cecilia is going to mitigate quite a big chunk of it. So without further ado, let's take a look at the team. And if you're wondering why I use Connor and Adil and I did not use other free-to-play units such as Rain, do take note that Rain is only good for combo-based builds. So if your team strategizes on lengthening combo as much as you can, like trying to achieve a couple of 100 combos, that's when Rain is effective. Because the thing is, with levitation, what happens is your team does not hit the flippers that often. Sometimes you just kind of like bounce off the flippers, but you don't actually get flipped off, and that means that you don't do a power flip. And not only that, it is also very important to take a look at the skill gauges of my entire team. You will notice that Unit 2 and Unit 3, they have almost the same skill gauge, 478 and 480. That is on purpose because I want their skill gauges to be as equal as possible so that they're kind of moving in tangent and you don't accidentally overlap their skill gauges and use their skills together, which completely defeats the purpose of a double penetration team. So as you can see, the skill gauges of Unit 2 and Unit 3 are very well dispersed, and this gives me a lot of opportunity to land really strong power flips all the time. See, 7 million just like that, another 3.8, another 2.4. These are really good numbers, although these will not ever match up to that of a Beretta Rolf team, but these units are just completely free to play. It's just 3 and 4 star units, and the whole point of this team is to show you that you can pick and replace any single one of these units and make an even stronger team. So if you already have a Rolf, you can switch Rolf with probably Connor or something like that, and you can build an even more powerful team. Same goes for Viron. Just make sure that the team synergizes really well and the skill gauges make sense, and you're pretty much good to go. So as you can see over here, we are throwing a lot of very heavy power flips, and we are not only limited to just one occasion where penetration happens and then we throw a very nice level 3 power flip and then that's it. Over here, the moment we throw a penetration buff, we then follow up very closely with Kira's skill, which also includes Mura's attack buff, and that triggers a huge combo directly from Kira's skill and thus leads to a stronger power flip. So I like this team. It's really good. It runs really well for me. So if you're still hesitant on attempting the godly difficulty, here's a sign for you to move forward. And also, this has to be the most annoying part of the run ever. You are seeing me bounce on top of the boss for 21 entire seconds. This is so infuriating. Alright, regardless, we are going to skip to the end of this run. Let's see how we do. Okay, we are the 3rd place, but as you can see, we are very close to 2 other very powerful teams. There is the Eclair pen flip and the Beretta pen flip, and our timing is 3 minutes and 20 seconds. That is pretty good. Well, I mean, it is at least pretty good for the team that we are running with, or rather the perceived quality of the team. So let's move on to the more pay to win team. And now if you're an Ultra Super Whale, this part should be of interest to you. So really similar to the previous lineup, we are using a double penetration lineup as well. Over here, we are staggering Rolf with Viron. But if you noticed before, the penetration unit wasn't under Kira. The penetration unit was actually under our Unit 2 and Unit 3. But for this case, we can use Viron as Kira's sub because Viron also adds a lot of attack power to Kira, which is what we want to capitalize off because this is, after all, the pay-to-win team. So now let's take a look at this team in action and see the difference in power between this and the free-to-play team. Similar concept to the previous one, we are going to stagger our skills. But I did not just chuck in the best units without any reason, okay? So, for example, Kira builds combo on her skill, and she is the combo builder for unit number 1. And Hopper builds a lot of combo as well, and he is the combo builder for unit number 2, and he's directly under Rolf. And finally, Beretta as unit number 3, she builds combo as well. So the really nice thing about this team is as soon as one skill goes off, we will charge a lot of combos and therefore unleash a very high level power flip. So very soon Rolf is gonna go, you're gonna see us go pretty high in combo. I think he could potentially hit a level 3 power flip over here. Yes, 50, 60, nice. Okay, so there you go. Boom. 8 million, 2 million, 2.8. We could generally flip, I think, 3 times. Yeah, 3 times per piercing effect, or rather penetration buff. And then soon after Beretta goes, that's another 100 plus combo. We can land another level 3 power flip. And coming soon, Kira is going to take her turn right after this break. And let's see how much she can do. She will throw 28, 30. Okay, so we just made it. We just barely made it for level 3 power flip. Okay, so this is very important. If you saw the build that I was running with, you will notice that I am using the Golem Fist Armament and the Golem Fist Armament Core, as well as Noen. And these units added up together reduce the potential necessity of a level 3 power flip by 5 combos. So we are going to land a lot of level 3 power flips. Sometimes not even requiring a skill, sometimes it's just out of pure random RNG. Or maybe if we go through a lot of their ads, then yes, we are going to build a lot of combo that way. But as you can see, this run is a lot faster than the previous team, well, for obvious reasons. This is definitely my go-to team right now. It's slightly different to the one that I uploaded yesterday because I worked a little bit harder to make sure that everything synergizes really nicely. And I'm quite proud of where I am right now with this team. But at the end of the day, if you still cannot build anything like this, all hope is not lost, because when we go on to Up Accursed EX, the pen flip is not going to be that useful anymore. Or at least these are my suspicions. I'm fairly certain that skill damage is going to come back, and it's going to come back even stronger. But we shall discuss that on a future date, coming really soon on the 23rd. With that said, this has been Free to Play, by the way, and as always, I will see you in the next video.